Hello, good afternoon. How y'all doing in this nice, beautiful summer weather? I love the summer. I love the weather. I'm under the AC, so I don't feel like that hot. So thank God. I'm so grateful. But I'm here to share my testimony because I want to make a difference in other people's lives. So I would like to share my testimony. I'm gonna start back when I was 9 years old. What I would like to focus on is testimony of the miracles, the healing that God has done in my life through through me believing in God and also believing in myself, just having faith. You don't have to have a religion to have faith or believe. So when I was 9 years old, I I developed strep throat, and I come from the country of Cape Verde Islands, and to the coast of Africa. Cape Verde is made up of 10 islands. It's in the west coast of Africa, and when I was 9 years old, I developed strep throat, and I was allergic. I'm still allergic to penicillin, so the medication that they could give me um, to help with the strep was very limited since that I was allergic to penicillin. So for some reason that whatever they gave me wasn't working, and they had a very limited amount of medication that they can give people because of the what was going on in my country at the time. Very limited resources when it came to medication also, so that made it much worse for me to get the correct treatment. So because of that, I developed a mitral valve prolapse. So by the time I was 10 years old, I developed mitral valve prolapse. I was getting short of breath. I could not walk a flight of stairs without getting winded. Very short of breath. And it was very hard. Being a child, it was hard for my family. Like I said, very limited healthcare access and resources from where I came from. So because me and my mom, we never wanted to give up. So my mom always knocked on doors. Basically, she always took me to the community hospital to find answers to what I was feeling. And finally we found a doctor that listened to me, that was able to examine me. That time, to get an appointment with the doctor, you had to wait months. So, but luckily that day we was outside walking. I don't call it luck. I feel that because we were searching and not giving up. So I feel like it was more like faith and perseverance, not giving up. The doctor was actually outside of the hospital, like walking towards the hospital before his shift, and we found him outside. And I guess he had already heard about my situation, and he just got his stethoscope and he just listened to me, to my heart, and he said, "Oh, your daughter has a mitral valve prolapse, and this is what she needs to do, X, Y, and Z. Take her to this island, have her do an echocardiogram, and then she needs to go out of the country to get treatment." And he straightforward told my mom that I needed surgery, like without even doing an echocardiogram first, without even doing any type of how do you call it, any type of scan. He was that smart, only listening to me, quietly listening to me, he was able to tell what was wrong with me immediately and that I needed surgery. So from that time forward, me and my mom, we started like working on the next steps. We was like, okay, so we have to gather the money. The money at the time was like $400, which included, in my country it was 40, means 40, escudo, because my country we use escudo, which is $400 in American dollars, and it was like included like plane fares and you know, the stay at people's house. We had to pay for food, and also we had to pay to see the doctor and to get like the echocardiogram, to get any exams, because I had to see a private doctor, because with the public doctors you had to wait on the list. Sometimes it took 6 months, sometimes it took longer than that. So I could not afford to wait that long, given the situation, the illness that I had at the time. So we had to move fast. We did. You know, we got the money together. We traveled to the other island of Santiago Praia. Seen the doctor, got the medical exam, and it was confirmed that it was a mitral valve prolapse due to rheumatic fever. And mind you, rheumatic fever is a condition that can be treated easily in the U.S. I worked in the assisted living in Revere once, and I met a lady. She was about 60-something years old at the time, and we spoke. We were sitting across each other. I was just talking to her. I don't know how I think she seen my scar, because I have a scar here. So we just started talking. She's like, oh, did you have surgery? I was like, yeah. She's like, what is it? I was like, oh, I had a mitral valve replaced. And she's like, wow, why? I told her. She's like, really? She's like, I had the same thing when I was younger, but I got treated with antibiotics. I was like, wow, I never knew that kids in the U.S. like had those, you know, like condition, but they got treated with antibiotics, and they did not get, like, their valves did not get damaged, and they didn't have to have heart surgery. But many kids in my country did not survive from it, because for some reason there was like a pandemic that was going on, like that I know other kids that had surgery. They went to Portugal. I had a best friend, he actually died from it. He was like my best friend. He was a boy, and he died from it. So I don't call myself lucky. I said it was God. It was also my faith, because I was not willing to give up. Neither was my mom. Neither was my grandmother, who was like a mom to me. We was like, oh no. And make a long story short, we, finally, like, my dad lived in the U.S. We was able to come to the U.S. I got treated by the best hospital, which is Children's Hospital in Boston. Well, I love that hospital with all my heart. Best treatment, best medical care, best medical team. And I was able to get well, go back to school within 2 weeks, to return to my normal life, exercise, do everything that I love to do. And I remember my doctor had recommended for me not to have kids, but I always had a dream to have kids. I'm like, I could have not had kids, but I wanted to have kids. So the only thing there was like that if I had decided to have kids, that I would have to be reoperated, which I was, but that was after I had 3 kids. After I had my 3rd child, my last child, I had him in 2017, and then I got reoperated in 2018. But it was all planned, because me and my cardiologist, he had spoke with me. We had went over it. He had told me that after me having my 3rd child, that I was going to be reoperated, and so it was not something that was planned. Even the doctors, I was gonna, do the surgery and everything. So I just wanted to share this to, like, I know that it's not going to how do you call it? It's not everyone is going to benefit from my testimony, but the mission for my testimony is to build other people's faith that in the midst of hardship, in the midst of situations that might seem impossible, that our belief and our belief will bring us strength to find a solution. Even the situation that might seem most impossible, if we use our faith, like I said again, you don't have to have a religion. When this all happened, I was a Catholic little girl, but I was very stubborn when it came to believing, and very persistent, because I said, I was not willing to give up. I said, I know there's a solution, and I was just not willing. Neither was my mom was willing to just sit down and cross our arms and let me die in that country. So we knew that with our faith and our perseverance that we was gonna get to the U.S., which was like across the world for us, a new country. We knew it was going to be challenging. We didn't know what we was going to expect here, even though we had family members here. But regardless, because they say faith is something that you can't see, but you believe. So it was hard because we had to like use our belief system without even seeing the other side. And the other side was U.S. And thankfully, I had the surgery, like I said, and I was, well, again, it was not easy at all. I remember it clearly when me and my mom went through. It was very hard as a child having to go through things like that, but I feel that resilience also, it helped me to build resilience and to kind of like come back from any situations. So definitely have faith, believe, persevere, even if sometimes you have to stop, cry sometimes, it's okay. Because sometimes when we go into situations, it's okay to cry sometimes. You cannot keep it all bottled up inside of you. Sometimes you have to cry. Sometimes you have to find someone to talk to. It's healthy. I feel like that's healthy. You have to find a healthy way to cope with your emotions. Crying is a healthy way of coping with your emotions. Finding a trustworthy person that you can confide in and tell them what's going on, that's a healthy way of coping with your emotions. Finding a person that you will speak with that will uplift you in a positive way, that is a healthy way to cope with your emotions when you're going through hardship. So whatever you're going through, do that, and I guarantee you that's going to help you. And I hope that my testimony will not only build your faith, but it will also let you know that you can come back from anything that came into your life to try to bring you down. Anything that came into your life, and it was meant for evil. It was meant to it came to to take you out, or anything like, it can be a disease, anything that is like, it came into your life, it was not your fault. Because we're in life, things happen. Life happens. Things are gonna happen, but just to know that we are, as humans, we are able to overcome anything, and also to know that God, whoever you want to call him, our higher power, We want to call him the man up there. We can't feel him. I mean, we can't see him, but we can feel him. Okay? Have a blessed day. And like I said again, believe, persevere, and you can make it. Just like I was able to come across the ocean to a country that I did not know anything of, and I was able to basically get my life back, get my health back. You are also going to be able to get whatever that is against you. You're going to be able to come back from it. Okay? Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.